Hello, everyone. Today is October 21st, 2021. This is the Kubernetes storage SIG meeting. So today we will go over the 1.23 planning spreadsheet. And then I think we have a PR that we want to discuss. For 1.23, there are some deadlines. The next deadline is November 2nd. That's the feature block freeze deadline. So if you have any feature that you're working on, you want to write a blog, please make sure you pin one of the 6 storage leads to have your feature added to this spreadsheet so that you can add a blog. And code freeze deadline is November 16th. Okay, so let's go to the spreadsheet. The first item is delegate FS group to CSI driver instead of kubelet. Do we have Chang or Hamand here? Michelle, does anyone know the status of this?
I don't have this updated status. I'll double check with Cheng on this.
Okay, thank you. And the second one is a config FS group policy in CSI driver object. So Jonathan, is Jonathan here? Looks like he's not here. Does anyone know the status for this? Okay. Signal update. Oh, sorry, I think I added this to the wrong system. And recovery from resize failure. Looks like Hamand is not here. So does anyone know status of this? Michelle, have you heard anything about this?
No, I haven't seen anything.
We haven't had any meetings on the subject in a while.
Yeah. Okay. And the next one is issues related to assuming volumes among points. Do we have Xing or Mukahit here? No update. And the next one is PVC inline ephemeral volume. So trying to bring this to GA. Is Patrick there? I think he talked about this yesterday. Is it Patrick? If he's not here, I believe this is on track. He has a PR out, just need to be reviewed and merged. And volume group, okay, yeah, this one I don't have any update on this. I just updated the cap a couple of weeks ago. And next one is CSI auto tree move iSCSI driver feed and finish. This Humble.
Xing, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, so we are making good progress on this one, Xing, especially on the library which iSCSI driver is using. Hopefully, we'll be able to release first version by the time of 123 release. So we are making good progress and on target. Yeah.
Great, thank you. Yes. And then next one is CSI driver auto tree move Samba CSI driver to GA. Do you have Andy or Julie here? Michelle, do you know anything about this particular item?
No, I don't.
Okay. Okay, send out deprecation notice for FluxVolume. So I just added this item to the, there was an issue. Well, we are supposed to propose items to be added to the release notes, so I just added that there. Next one, PVC volume snapshot namespace transfer. I just pinned Mustafa, so he is back. So he's still interested in working on this. I think he just needs some time to catch up. Okay, let's see.
Are we still scoping it down to just snapshots and not PVCs?
I
Or
think
are we
that's what
considering-
we believe. That's what we agreed last time. We will start with snapshots, right?
Well,
so
yeah,
you
I mean,
can-
we had talked about it because it was believed they'd be easier because there aren't so many concerns with secrets. But then we discovered that there's at least one secret that's still needed. And so
right. Secrets.
the
yeah, I think
probability of
secrets
having a
are
secret related problem is a lot lower, but it's not gone.
Mhm.
And if we have to deal with it for
Yeah.
snapshots, maybe we should just do PVCs too. Say the same situation for both. I don't know. I mean, I hear this request from users a lot. Like they want to move stuff across namespaces.
Mhm.
So I'm interested in whether we're going to just do snapshots or whether we're going to do both.
Yeah, so I like to take a look of that. You know, there's a cross namespace referencing.
Oh yeah, the reference policy stuff we've been talking about in the cozy land.
Yeah, I think we need to take a look of that and see if we can use any of that for this. I don't know, for secrets or something.
Okay.
So yeah, maybe because if there is already a proposal, we should just do something similar, right? So yeah, okay. Next one is CSI woodenhouse additional metrics. Yeah, there is a PR out for review. So yeah, we're getting some comments from node and the instrumentation side. I think Ren is looking at how to address those comments. And next one is the woodenhouse. We split this out into a separate issue to track programmatic response. So I have a meeting with Nick tonight, so we'll discuss what do we want to do for this one. Next one is a volume populator data source. Ben.
Yeah, I don't have any PRs yet, but I know the deadline is coming up, so I'm working on getting those now because we're running low on time to do the few PRs that are needed to move it to beta.
Yeah.
So I hope to have something by next week for review, and then that'll give us like a week to get it in.
Okay. Thank you. And next one is cozy. Do we have I don't know if it's here? So I believe the Tim has been reviewing it, and he's I think he's happy with how things are going. I think there are still a few things that need to be addressed, but hopefully we can make it. So we say. And the next one, change block tracking. I think Fang is working on a cap. I believe he has some questions. So yeah, I probably want to talk to him about that, but he is working on the cap. And the next one is runtime assisted mounting. Is Deep here?
Yeah, hey, so pretty much I haven't had a good chance to figure out a solution to some of the outstanding issues, mainly around FS group handling. So I guess I'll just update the CAP and then gonna have a discussion around that. So CAP is still in progress, but no major progress since last time.
Okay, thank you. And next one, CS proxy for Windows, transition to privileged containers. Marcia? I thought.
And this one's basically in progress as well.
Okay.
We are trying out like the new API and we'll update.
Okay. progress. Thank you. And then we have a few CSP migration related items. The first one is officially deprecate cloud provider plugins. Is Javi or Matt here? Do we have any update? Michelle, do you know what's the status for this?
Is this one
Officially deprecate cloud provider plugins?
I see. I think this one
Done?
This one should have been done.
Oh, okay.
This might have been, sorry, what was the last update on this one?
It says no update. They're planning to do that, waiting for some more plugins to enable by default. Are we waiting for something or?
Okay, I'm not clear on this, but
Okay.
I thought that we already deprecated plugins when we moved the migration to beta. So
yeah, I thought we have that, right? So I don't know what is the.
This item might be referring to like other non-cloud plugins.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I don't think we're gonna really make, no, this says officially deprecate.
Okay, it says send out emails, release note code. Did we send out emails? So I know.
I guess we sent a release note, but I guess we didn't send out emails.
Okay. And the release note, is that for each plugin, right? It's not like one big thing.
Okay. I'll work with Jawei to get clarity on this. I feel like we have already mostly accomplished this.
All right, thank you. And the next one is also related. Next one is the CSP migration core bugs and issues. This is should we say ongoing or was that one issue?
There is one open issue, I believe, in the scheduler related to this. I don't think anyone's working on it, so I'll have to sync up with Jawei on that.
Okay. Thank you. Next one is CSP migration vSphere. I believe this is still the same. I don't have anything new. And CSP migration Azure disk. Oh, this is done, right? So I think we are good with this, looks like. And Azure file. Michelle, do you know about Azure file?
Azure file is waiting for the FS script to go beta before it can go beta. Or before it can turn on by default, I think.
All right, thank you. Next one is CSP migration GCE. Is this plan with?
Yeah, right now, I think the team is working on trying to disable PD specific tests. I think the plan is to basically stop testing GCE in Kubernetes itself and do all the testing in cloud provider GCE repo.
Okay. Thank you. And then next one is CSP migration AWS. Michelle said.
I have not heard any update from Matt on this. I think last update was they were working on adding Windows tests.
Okay. Thank you. And next one is CSP migration Ceph FS and Ceph RBD. Humble.
Yeah. This is on track for 123 alpha. Due to incompatibilities of entry and CSI storage class parameters, good amount of changes were required in CSI driver. One more PR to be merged in the driver. I have done one round of testing and it's working as expected. So by next week, I think I can refresh my QPR. So in short, this is in track for 123.
So I have a question. I thought The cap is only for self RPD. Is this for both RPD?
Yeah, both are available. I mean, the cap is there for both the Xing,
Okay.
but the purpose, I do see some hiccups, so maybe we have to move it out of 123. But for RBD, yeah, things are in place.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay. Next one is the CSP Migration Portworx.
Yeah, so I have an update. DPR result, the only thing I had to do is to run 808 tests against the driver. I did it, and the tests were successful. So I'm gonna post the result, I know, today maybe. So I think it's ready for final review.
Oh, okay, awesome.
I also think I need to write documentation, right, before the.
You write what? I'm sorry.
Documentation. Yeah.
Oh, documentation. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll be working on it today, tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you. Next one is always owner reclaim policy. So Deepak is working on this. He actually has a PR out. Well, actually, let me see if I. Yeah, so PR is out for review. Well, actually, it's not. I should say one PR is out. He need to have something else. One PR is out, and he has some questions, and he has been asking Yang, and also discussing with Yang. There were some questions about the implementation details. So it is in progress. And next one is control volume mode conversion between source and target PVC. So Rona is working on a cap. And also I talked to Mo, who is one of the SIG auth co-chair. So he was suggesting that we actually bring this up to the SIG auth meeting and talk to them about this. So we added this to their agenda next week. So and next one is secret production. Is Masaki here?
Yes, no update for these 2 weeks for both in-use protection and secret protection.
All right.
Which secrets are we talking about here? This is the secrets used by the sidecars.
This is the Leon. This is for the general, because remember he added trying to propose something called is it called the Leon, right? So in API, so you can add that that's actually for any API object, I think, right?
Yes, correct.
So we can potentially, if this in-use production thing is merged, then we can use that for secret or anything.
Right, right. But our specific interest in secrets is the ones that the sidecars need to send to this CSI plugins, right? Like, there's no other secrets that we care about as a SIG.
Yeah, so for us, it's for volume-related secrets, I think, right? Masaki?
Okay.
Yes, secret protection covers both CSI plugins secret and also the secret used by pod.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I have another question about secrets to raise when we're through the list. So I'll save that for later.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Okay, the next item is user ID ownership in config maps and secrets. This is design and Javi or Hermand, or anyone know this? No update since they're not in the meeting.
But what is this feature? Does this have to do with the ephemeral volumes?
I don't know what. I think there is some. You see this one, right? So there's some. The file mode bit setting. I'm actually not familiar with this one.
Can you hear me?
You know what is this?
Can you
Oh,
Amat, you're really quiet.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Okay. So this feature is about the secret preserving the mood of those files on the node, because we are always recursively changing the permission and mode of those files, and the purpose is to preserve those modes so that they can be used as SSH keys and whatnot.
But we're talking about like the UID and the GID of the downward API volumes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right now we always do like chmod 7.7 sort of. So, and
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any update on this, or should update? No update?
No, there's no.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you. And so next one is non-graceful no shutdown. I think the status still, I think Jing, is Jing, I don't know if Jing joined meeting. I believe Jing is talking to.
Actually, this is Masaki speaking. Actually, I have an update.
Oh.
I found that there is a fix for the bug for the graceful node shutdown.
Oh, the status? Is that the?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Can you put that link? Is the PR is submitted, or is that already merged, or what's the status?
Yeah, it is already merged.
Oh, cool.
That's good. Actually, the PR number is 105527.
105527?
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, but I haven't tested yet. So
okay.
I will test it and report it back.
What status? Okay, that's awesome. Then maybe a graceful no shutdown will work now. Okay.
Then yeah, we can continue discussion on non-graceful shutdown.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, let us know if you get a chance to try it out.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, and next is enable user namespace in Kubernetes, so UIDs get shifted. I don't know anything about this. So Hamant, do you have any update on this?
No, I think they were trying to go beta. It doesn't affect. I don't have any update, but.
Okay. Oh, I believe this one basically, right? I think the tab is merged. I believe there's some. Yeah.
They're trying to go beta now, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and next one is a PVC created by Stphylocene will not be auto removed. Okay, so this one, I believe is going in on track. Michelle, do you know? Looks like Matt is not on the call.
I saw I think a PR is out, so I think it's under review.
Oh, okay. I somehow thought the PR was there even in last release, isn't it? Does this actually need a new PR? I thought it just didn't get merged. There was a controller side PR did not get merged last time. Okay.
Yeah, so I think it's the same PR.
Okay. Okay, thank you. And next one is one expansion for Stphylocene. So I think, so Hamant, I need to pin you to review this one again.
Yeah.
It's one expansion for Stphylocene.
Yeah, I will review this. I have just getting some free cycles. So I'll review this. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
We still have a little bit time, right, before the next release. So
yeah, this one is actually designed, so we are not. This is just reviewing the cap, but I mean,
yeah,
I'd like to get this one going, but because
yeah,
kind of,
it's hectic towards the late. So yeah, I'll make sure that it gets reviewed.
Okay, thank you. Next one is okay. So this is a container notifier, so we don't really have an update on this. So probably I need to try to schedule a meeting. I think right now it's mainly there are some comments from SIG node side. Yeah, so we need to schedule a meeting. Otherwise, it's just stuck there. No. I think that's all we have on the spreadsheet. So going back here. Oh.
Xing, sorry, I was not there for the beginning. Can I just
Oh,
provide
sorry.
statement?
Yeah. Okay. Yes, there are a few actually.
And I did not join last week. I think busy with something.
Okay.
So
yeah. So you have any update on the like FS group and then also the
yes,
resize one?
the non-recursive volume ownership should be on track. We just have to flip the feature gate. It's not.
Which one
And
is
we are
the
third
which
one?
one is already crossed out? Third one? Okay.
I think it's got crossed out because I was not there the last meeting. I don't know.
Oh, okay. So should we actually bring this one? We should bring this one up.
Yeah, the cap is merged.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah.
So
So there's
actually...
no reason to cross it.
Okay. All right. So this one, so it's on track then, I'll just say.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. How about this one, Jonathan? Do you know his status on this next one?
I think this is also on the track. It's I'll check with him. But
okay.
It's on track as well. It's just again.
Okay.
The feature gate, E2E, and everything is there.
Okay, and then I think the next one is the resize, the recovery from resize.
So that's on track, and that's where like majority of effort. So
you have a do you have a PR already?
No, I'm still working on it.
Okay.
But I should have it by like next week sometime.
Okay, thank you. Okay, do you have other items you want to give an update?
No, that's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, going back to here, there is this PR to discuss. Is a menu here.
Hi.
Hey.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Do you want to talk about this?
Yes. So last month I actually came for help. What we are noticing is that on an EKS node, we're launching a lot of paths and then a lot of pods, short-lived pods with a lot of subpaths. And the things that I was asked to investigate was like if the EFS CSI driver was either hanging or slow. I did investigate that, and it was neither of those. The reason being, I counted like the mount and unmount calls through the logs, and they were equal numbers for hanging. The second thing was like we also have a 10-minute timeout. Then I looked into it further. What I noticed was that the reconciler was taking a lot of time to like unmount these subpaths. So I sent out a PR which selectively searches for like prop mounts only for that mount point or consistently. Sham has also been like from AWS has been helping me out. And we have like, there are some concerns about both the designs, like even mine and like, but we wanted to like get some feedback as like if this is possible or not.
Okay. So I remember Yang was following up with you last time. I don't know, did Yang get a chance to look at these PRs?
I looked at at this PR before the meeting.
Okay.
Like it could work. I need to check with kernel guys if that is kind of guaranteed that if a line is there, that the line is always returned with the whole from proc mounts, but it looks like it's so. So the approach could look like working. I will need to dive deeper in the code. But yeah, maybe it will speed up the mounting and unmounting. But like 4 weeks ago, I tried to reproduce the issue with EFS and I was successful. But I think, I'm not sure that the issue is with reading proc mounts. like, yes, it is slow. There are many conflicts, and Kubernetes needs to try many times. But in the end, I got into a situation where like Kubernetes was able to read everything it needed, but somehow it wasn't retrying to unmount the volumes. And there, I believe there is something wrong in Kubernetes, not in reading the proc mounts, but in Kubernetes itself, maybe in the nested operations that we use. Maybe there is some race there, but I'm not 100% sure that speeding up the proc mounts reading will help. Like maybe it will not be reproducible that often, but I still think we could have some issues in Kubernetes itself.
Yeah, I can so what we did was we also, this is the fourth change that we are trying to do internally. We cherry picked 3 kubelet patches. One was Jan's change to speed up proc mounts. The second one was I think GNU-fied's change with while that basically takes out DU out of the picture. And the third one was Sham's change where we're ignoring child process waits. Even after that, when I measured, the unmount was stopping out, and then I also added logs in nested pending operations where we are setting pending equal to true and at complete pending equal to false. Those counts are also coming as maybe were the same for me. So maybe I'm missing out on something, but that has been my analysis so far.
There was one more issue where I don't know, I think if you picked up that change in your driver, where if you unmount a volume and unmount has already succeeded, and that code basically it returns an error if it cannot, before you unmount, and then there's a race actually.
No, this is something else.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that that change was picked in the
CSI. There are no errors in the CSI driver logs at all. CSI driver gets all the unmounts that Kubernetes started, and it succeeds, but it stops receiving new unmounts from some reason that I don't know why.
So to clarify a little bit about Manu's change, right? Hey, this is Shyam. So the one thing which he changed in the CR, the biggest thing, is basically once you issue the mount or unmount, after that, throughout the code, we are checking for this consistent read, right? And that part seems to be slow because on these busy nodes, we just cannot get these consistent reads. So that combined with, I think these operations are being retried by the reconciler with an exponential backoff. So it actually takes a pretty long time before Kubernetes is able to confirm that the mount or unmount has already happened. And when Manu changed this behavior to not look for a consistent snapshot of the whole proc mounts file, but only the entries corresponding to that volume, then we seem to get much better performance with respect to pod throughput.
Yeah, definitely. It will be faster, definitely, with your change.
I had some.
If you load the Kubernetes even more, could you hit same issue there? Could you still hit the same issue? That's my question. Maybe we are just postponing the issue, but it's still there.
You mean, can you clarify a little bit? Yeah,
if we have a problem with the nested pending operations, maybe there is some race. then with your code, it will be faster. This issue will not be reproduced, but the issue could still be there, and we could hit it randomly. I don't know.
I see.
From your testing, like after your change, you never hit the issue?
We did not hit the same behavior at all. Like what we were noticing, I saw like the kubelet was marked with a taint, not schedulable after 6,000 pods, but like I did not see any pods to be stuck in like terminating state. Along with that, like and like the no dangling mount points at all. So I did not see the same thing is what I'm trying to say.
Okay, maybe it's fixed then.
So, I mean, without this fix, you can reproduce the issue constantly. And
yes,
this, go ahead.
Sorry, I meant yes, I can reproduce.
So without the fix, you can reproduce the issue, right?
Yes, without this change, I can reproduce the issue.
Okay. And did you measure how fast, like how much faster, like?
I could schedule like 4 times more pod in a single hour. So earlier I could schedule like 400 pods in 1 hour, and now I can schedule like 2,000 pods in 1 hour. So actually 5 times.
In 1 hour?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
There was one more PR by Kofi that used the watcher for the proc mount, and we didn't merge it at that time because we didn't think it was worth doing it. Yeah, that was, but it didn't essentially result in regression. But I don't know if you want to take a look at that one. Jan and Michelle, you might remember that PR.
I think that I had a look at that PR. It was probably 2 or 3 years back. Essentially, that watched for like proc launch changes, I believe, through a simple cache.
It was setting a poll event or something.
Yeah. The thing was that I thought about it a bit. I haven't gotten deep into it. I'll have to find that PR out again. But essentially, the problem with that would be like even Linux wouldn't tell us like what changed with the poll event or the event loop that we set up.
The proc is pollable actually, according to Linux kernel. Like you can poll mount info file.
Yeah,
but it doesn't tell you what has changed in the file, so you have to read it.
Okay, we have it
and
cached.
To read it, you need to read it several times, and on a busy machine like this, like thousands of pods, it hits its limits.
Have it cached, so we always refer to the cached version in wherever we want to check.
The cache can be stale.
In this case, like almost every read from proc mounts was inconsistent. That means that during the reading, somebody else mounted the file system or unmounted. That means you will have more events than reading than we can read from the file from proc mounts.
Yeah.
So we will be constantly reading proc mounts anyway. At least I think so.
Yeah.
There was some consistent way how to read the mounts from kernel or get event what changed, but I'm not sure there is anything like that.
So one thing quickly on that note, actually, with this CR, if you can go to the comments on the original One, like there is one, oh, I see some newer
No, this is
comments.
a different one.
Oh, sorry, this is different. Manu, can you send the link to your CR? Or maybe it's already open. Xing.
There are two, I think he listed 2 issues and 1 PR. So which one is it?
It's in the PR pull request that I added.
All right, then it's this one. All right.
Yeah. So I think the one concern which wanted to see if that is actually a legit one is, can you go further down? Okay, thanks. So basically what we're saying is now instead of checking for the whole file being consistent, we will check only for this particular entry relating to the volume the amount we are caring about, only that to be consistent, right? But like a race condition like this might happen that, like, let's say you have a file with 3 lines, and let's say in one page, just like a small example, in one page you are able to read only half of this file, because this read does it block by block within the kernel. So then essentially you'll read till the second mount point A and mount point B, half of that line, and then the remaining, right? Now the issue is, if you don't check for the whole file consistent, then next time, let's say you again you read the first half, so you read A and B, but in between actually B gets unmounted, right? This is, I'm talking about step 4. So B actually gets unmounted, so the real proc file contents is A and C, but then you go on to read the remaining remainder of the page, which will essentially give the other half. So you land up thinking that you have A and B in your final file. So initially you thought there was A, B, and C, and now you see there is A, B. So with respect to you think B is consistently mounted, while it is not, right? So
I think that if you read from proc mount file, that you always get the whole line. You don't get a line cut in the middle. At least that if I look at the trace, it always returns the whole line. And
I thought you always got a whole 4K block, which may or may not fall on the cut of a line.
No. I don't think you get 4K block. I think you get a line, and you get something shorter than 4K block. But again, I would need to check with kernel guys if that's the case and if it is guaranteed. Because I don't know, there is some wrong line.
So Jan, we can simulate a case where it's not even broken at the middle of the line, but still this happens, right? Let's say with A, B, you read and then you wait for C, but by then B is now already gone, and let's say some new entry D comes in its place. If that makes sense. Like this example is yes, it's split in between the line, but it does not have to be. We can create, I think, a race condition even without that. Generally, like reading block by block, and then if you only have one, if you are only checking for consistency of one entry, it may be misleading us. It may think that, oh, it is mounted, but it might actually have been unmounted.
I didn't check the patch like thoroughly. I just skimmed through it, and how the code detects that the line is not there. Because if it is there and you get it consistently, then okay, you see it is mounted. But how do you know it's not mounted?
Yeah, exactly. So if you can scroll a little bit down. So on the comments, even one below this one. Yeah, so at the bottom, like that's one of the things. I think the only thing we are able to actually guarantee is that if a line, and assuming we are able to read the whole line, right? Like if a line has been read as part of a block, then we know that mount exists. But if a line wasn't read in any of the paged calls, that does not guarantee that it's not there, which is a concern. So you can only guarantee that mount is there, but you cannot guarantee mount is not there with this issue, right? Reading block by block. And that is a problem because apparently from what Manu was saying earlier, like these unmounts happen in huge volumes, right? For some of these nodes, and they apparently happen parallelly. by the reconciler, so it can actually make this problem hard using block by block reads. So there is one solution here which I'd want Manu to talk about. He found out maybe that's something which is a good option for us. Manu, you want to talk about using that Openat at 2?
Yeah, so I can, I'll just share like, so I was actually investigating like what other systems are doing to solve this problem. And let me share the link. I have that link with me. And I actually found out like the Docker code. And what Docker has is leveraging a new system open call called Openat 2. And most of the changes between like line number 24 and like 34, so 24 to 34, essentially what this entire change is doing is that if you have an absolute path, resolve_no xdev would say that it's either a mount point or within a mount point. And and if it returns like an exdev error, it means we are crossing a mount point. So that would mean that it is definitely a mount. I did a test run on this on my system. I don't understand all the syscalls, to be honest. I started reading about it only yesterday, specifically Openat 2. But from my test, the results were same as like the is not mount point, the specific check that I was looking for in my current PR. So the results are the same.
Does it work with bind mounts and this crazy stuff that we do? Because they are the same, they could be on the same device. We are just bind mounting a directory instead of a whole device or EFS share. And they will have the same everything. I would need to check Openat too.
Yeah.
The Openat system calls are pretty cool, and I'm not totally familiar with them, but it wouldn't surprise me if one of their special features is to help solve this problem. So we should take a closer look.
So the comment there is saying it works for all kinds of mounts, including mine mounts, but definitely I think it's a good point. Yeah, and to check that. Again, the main difference here, what it seems to be doing is previously we were reading the whole proc mounts file and understand ourselves if there's a mount or not, right? And here it's just directly trying to check for the mount point rather than relying on proc mounts. It's trying to open at whatever that means, but so you see any concerns there, like with checking it directly?
This no xdev looks promising. It says that this allows traversal of mount points during path, including all bind mounts.
Yeah, this pushes the hard work into the kernel where it should be.
Yeah, exactly. It should be in kernel and it's atomic, and yeah, if that works, it would be awesome. We will never ever parse mount table.
We need to see when this was added to Linux and if there's any like minimum version concerns.
Yeah, it was added into like 5.6. So if you look at like line 47, 44 to like 44, and then if you go down, like if you scroll down the screen a bit, it actually ends up parsing like proc mounts if an error is returned by this as a fallback. So maybe we could do the same thing.
Yeah. If the kernel version is 5.6 or later, use this if it works, and if not, fall back to the old implementation.
Yeah, that's awesome. Good job.
Yeah.
Right.
So then you can update your PR with this change. Is there anything else folks think we should be thinking about for this change? Like, is it safe to use that, or
I need to think about it, but as I read the mount table, mount page, it looks like it's correct. Using this Openat thing. But yeah, like, please update the PR, use Openat too, and we will see. Oh, fine.
Cool, cool. Okay. Thanks a lot, guys.
Oh,
thank you so much.
Okay, so Jan, you will be reviewing the PR, right? PR. That
So,
assigned to you already.
Then the risk issue you talked about will be gone if you change to use that open call. Okay. And the potential like risk issue, what's the result? Like, what's the consequence of that?
But the volumes are not unmounted, and Kubernetes is not retrying.
And also pods are stuck. So kubelet keeps the pod stuck in terminating because it still doesn't know if it was able to unmount or not, I believe.
It does not know it can mount or not, can unmount or not. It will keep trying unmount, right?
Yeah. Yes, it will keep trying to unmount and check if it was unmounted. And for that check today, we are basically doing a consistent, what we're asking is we need to get 2 reads of this whole proc mounts file, which have the exact same contents, to just make sure that it is consistent. And then we will check that that volume is actually unmounted in that from that contents. So if we cannot get this consistent view, then kubelet is not able to confirm today because of this code.
So even with retry, it will keep, like, it cannot read consistently.
Yeah, the problem is we were checking on busy nodes where this change happens a lot, very frequently, like as in a lot of mounts, unmounts are happening. So we are not able to get a consistent read.
Yeah, I mean, with your fix.
Yeah. So the Manu's change with that, in his current version, I think he also tried with the Openat too. Manu, you can confirm, but that helped, right, Manu?
Yeah, that helped. I just ran one test run so far. I'll run like a couple more because like I found, and like make sure like it really fixes or like helps us though.
Hey, by the way, Sham, you there in the call? So the unmount issue, we should pull that change in EFS driver where the unmount, and we call unmount, and by the time we call combined output unmount, like it waits for that process, and it might already have succeeded or exited, and then the wait doesn't work, and we didn't get the output. That change is not pulled into EFS driver. Although, like Jan said, that yeah, we don't see that issue anymore, but there were people who are reporting that same issue. Actually, we should pull that change.
Yeah, the problem is that it is in upstream Kubernetes master in this mount utils package, and it hasn't been tagged and released. So like you can either pull master into your CSA driver or patch it manually, and both are kind of bad.
I can provide an update on that. That is one of the changes that I'm trying to work on, like with the EFS driver team to get it updated as well. So yeah, so I know which change you're talking about.
So yeah, just a quick question, like if a issue amount is the command is successful, right? Why we must need to read, like still verify again with consistent, like must consistent read the proc mount.
You need it for item potency.
That's it. If you just issue amount, and
Right,
it returns successful.
but if it's not currently mounted and you don't know if it is, and you try to unmount it again, it will fail the second time because it's not currently mounted. So the problem is before you call the unmount, you need to know to expect success or not.
Does unmount not return like a not found error code or something like that that we can use?
I think it returns 32 to almost every single error it finds. It doesn't have a special exit code for mount not found. You could use kernel unmount syscall. There could be a special return code.
Yeah, I think we should potentially try to move towards using the syscalls as much as we can instead of execing out.
But with mounting, that's really dangerous because there's all kinds of helpers that the mount binary can invoke to do other work at unmount time.
It depends what are you unmounting. If it is just a file system, then yes, you can call kernel directly. But if it is NFS, you need the helper, I believe.
Yeah, NFS is the one that scares me, because you need a helper to do stuff.
Hey, sorry, folks. We are on the topic hour and have another meeting coming. So, yeah. So please, Manu, update the PR, and then we can continue discussions on the PR. And of course,
thank you so much for the help.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
All right. So that's it for today. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.